Evaluate questions. What does it mean to evaluate? When we evaluate something, we are assessing it, we are judging it. That is exactly what we do in evaluate questions. We judge the validity of the argument in the stimulus. Okay, so we are evaluating it, and the answer that we have to choose, it will help us evaluate the argument given in the stimulus. It's too much theory, but when we go to the part where we solve the questions, it's going to make much more sense. But right now, just understand that in evaluate question, the right answer choice is going to help you analyze, assess, judge the argument, whether it's a good argument or whether it's a bad argument. Okay. Typically, the answer choices in evaluate questions are questions. So basically, the 5 answer choices are 5 questions. Okay. Our task is to find the answer choice, basically a question, that once answered, when you answer that question, it will give us information that will either strengthen or weaken the argument. Sounds complicated. The 5 answer choices will be 5 questions. We have to pick one which, when answered, will give the information that helps you strengthen or weaken the argument. Okay? And when you are strengthening or weakening the argument, you're actually evaluating it, right? If that answer to that question strengthens it, that's a way to evaluate it. And if it weakens it, that's also a way to evaluate an argument. Okay. So it'll make, again, more sense when we solve it. Okay. Now, let's just go through these steps you have to follow in evaluate question. The first step is to identify the conclusion. Okay. We have to do it. It's argument-based question type. Okay. Rarely there will not be a conclusion, but almost always there's a conclusion in the evaluate question. Okay. Because that's the task, evaluate the argument. Then just go to the answer choices. You cannot really predict much in this one. This is like that argument-based question which we cannot predict much. What right answer choice can say to help us evaluate this argument. How much can you predict with that? Cannot. So we'll just go to the answer choices and carefully walk through them and pick the answer choice that helps us strengthen or weaken the argument. Either you can remember this way, that I want answer choice that helps me evaluate it, or you can just think this way. Okay, which answer choice strengthens or weakens the argument? The 4 wrong answer choices will have no impact on the argument. 0 impact. They will not weaken it. They will not strengthen it. They will be totally irrelevant. Okay, that's one way to look at it. So the evaluated questions are rare in this section, so don't worry too much about them.